Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stacy Quinn. I am the proud owner of Bossy Glamworks Boutique. Today we are going to be talking about the ongoing expenses of a boutique. So stay tuned and thanks for watching. So let's just dive right into it. Let's get down to business. We are going to be talking about the ongoing expenses of running an online boutique. First things first, inventory. Inventory is going to be a big chunk of your business as far as expenses and what you're spending money on. So shopping for your boutique is really fun because you get to pick the clothes. You get to pick what you're selling, what's going on in your boutique. So you should definitely set a budget. I would say anywhere from $1,000 to $6,000. Could be more depending on how you're doing with your business, but to get a nice sum of merchandise and to make sure that you have enough if it's a popular item, you definitely probably want to budget about that much. It depends on where you are in your business. If you're just starting out, if you have a little budget, or if you've been doing this for a while and you have a big budget, you definitely want to set a budget for everything that you do as far as your ongoing expenses. And inventory is definitely going to be a big part of your sales. It's going to be a big part of the money that you're spending on your boutique. That budget can go fast, so you need to determine what are you going to allocate that money towards. Are you going to be using the money towards dresses only? Are you going to incorporate pants into your products? Are you going to be selling tops? Like, overall, what is it that you need to find your niche? What do you want to specialize in? We can't be everything to everybody. So make sure you're focused on what it is that you're wanting to who it is that you're wanting to market to, and what is it that you're going to sell, because inventory is going to definitely be your number one expense, and that budget can go fast. In addition to inventory, this kind of goes hand in hand. The bigger your budget and the more that you spend with your vendors, the higher your shipping costs are going to be, because you're going to start getting packages at your door that look like this. But when you buy items, you're just buying those items. They're going to either charge you shipping, or you can go to ups.com and create a business account and charge your shipping fees to your UPS account, and you'll pay that on a weekly basis. Or you can ask the vendor for the dimensions of the package and the weight to put the order in yourself, and you can go to either Shippo.com, sounds like hippo but with an S in front, or you can download Pirate Ship. These are both through Shopify. I'm not speaking about any other e-commerce platform. When I'm speaking anything with my YouTube videos, I'm talking about Shopify. I'm not talking about anything else as far as apps and stuff. With either one of these apps, you can go in and you can put the weight, and you can put the the package dimensions. And usually you'll find that you'll come out cheaper on your end if you downloaded the label yourself and then emailed it to the vendor. Good tip, good boutique tip. Because a lot of the times the vendors, they will pad the orders, meaning, okay, Stacy, we sold her $100 worth of merchandise. And for me on my end, if I was to send them in a label, it would probably cost me about $20. Whereas if they were going to charge me for shipping, they would say that it would weigh a little bit extra. And they would probably charge me, I don't know, $27, $28, so they can pay the $20 that it costs for them to get the package to me, but they also make a little money on the back end. So having a business UPS shipping account, that's fine. They can bill your UPS account, but just know that those vendors, they're going to charge you whatever it was that they were going to charge you. If they were just going to tack it on to the final cost of your order, they're going to charge that same amount to UPS. And then you're going to get slapped with a bill from UPS every week that you owe them. So it's very easy to get behind on what you owe for shipping. Me personally, I would just rather pay for shipping right off the bat and then send my vendor a prepaid shipping label. That way I know I did the best that I could to save myself on shipping and freight, and I know that I'm not getting screwed over. I'm getting the best possible rate for me as a business owner. So you should definitely look into, if you have a Shopify e-commerce platform, you should definitely look into downloading the Shippo app and also or pirate ship. I have them both. It just depends on, the weight of, if I'm really on a budget for the month, I'll try to see which one gives me the better rate. As far as I know, I don't think you can create a label directly from Shopify. Correct me if I'm wrong, but even if you could, you're probably still going to get it a little bit cheaper on Shippo or pirate ship. So with inventory, which is going to be one of the biggest expenses of running your boutique, you also have to stay ahead of the season. So right now it is summer 2021. I am already shopping for fall, winter, holiday 2021, because by the time, let's just say you're still focused on your summer items and getting your summer pieces together. Well, a lot of us business owners, boutique owners, we were in the springtime, early January, we were shopping for the summertime. So you always want to be a season ahead of time. If you're ahead of the curve, by the time that outfit gets out, because like I said in my previous videos, we sometimes shop from the same vendors. So you may find that Boutique A has the same red dress as Boutique B, so on and so forth. But by the time Boutique EFG HIJK Elemental P finds this red dress from the vendor, either they're sold out or they've got the shitty colors left that nobody wants. So it's always good to be ahead of the curve. You want to always be shopping for the next season. Even if you're not going to put it out on your website, you definitely want to get a good abundance of items in. And the goal is never to sell out. You always want to have enough of everything. So don't just try to buy one pack and say, okay, I got 2 smalls, 2 mediums, 2 larges. I'm going to be good, because I promise you, you are going to find people that are going to want that dress or that short set or tank top or whatever it is that's popping or whatever. So make sure that you get a minimum of 4 packs if you can. I understand that we all have different budgets, but if you can get a minimum of 4 packs starting off, the more is better. But you really have to sell it too. That way you're not just sitting on inventory. But everything that I put out, I usually sell out of, and I don't want to sell out. I want to continue to have more and more and more, because basically all you're doing is you're flipping your money. You're flipping it to make more. You drop $2,000 to make $7,000. It's all a numbers game. So you definitely shouldn't be afraid to spend money on higher quality items and more inventory for your boutique, because in the long run, your pockets are going to thank you later and you're going to be making more money. So don't look at it as, oh my gosh, this whole order of all this stuff I'm ordering, it's $1,000. Like, you are going to make that money back if you do what you're supposed to do, if you're pricing your items right, and if you're being fair to your customers. So inventory, that is going to be your biggest and ongoing expense when it comes to running your clothing boutique. I wanted to add another additional tip when it comes to inventory. If you want, you can download this free app. It's called Delirious Profit. I'm going to put that down in the product description below. The video description below. It's called Delirious Profit. And if you have a Shopify website, if you break down your items in categories like maxi dresses, shirts, sweaters, sweatshirts, jackets, jeans, denim, like if you break down your items, eventually you're going to have enough data stored up to where that app is going to tell you, okay, you sold this much in maxi dresses, you sold this much in tops, you sold so on and so forth. And I'll put a clip behind this part of the video so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So that was an example of my Delirious Profit profile or dashboard, if you will, and it tells me what exactly it is that's making me money. You have to pay attention to the numbers. It's like I said in the previous videos, it's not all about taking pretty pictures, guys, and people like, oh, they like that red dress, or oh, they like that white pair of jeans that I sold. Like, you have to really look at the numbers and the reports so you'll know what makes sense for your boutique. Eventually, when you are in the game long enough, your customers are going to tell you what to buy. Like, I know what my customers will buy and I know what they won't buy. Sometimes I take a gamble and say, okay, I want my customer to feel a little sexy with this one. Let's see how it goes. And sometimes, I'll get it and it could be a complete success. And other times I get it, it'll be a complete flop. But I ordered at least four packs minimum of my item, and I'll usually sell through the mediums and larges, and I'll have like a bunch of smalls left. But it'll take me a certain amount of time to go through that particular item, so I'll know, okay, well, I can't sell this in the future because they didn't like it. So let me mark it down, put it on sale. And you have to run sales every 30, 60, 90 days, so on and so forth. Because you want to get rid of your old merchandise and you want to get ready for your new merchandise. So you should always have a section on your website that has your items that are for sale, slow moving items, things that, could have done better but didn't. So yeah, with your inventory, your customers they're gonna eventually tell you what to buy. So it's gonna be a no-brainer. You don't even have to like what you're buying for your boutique. The goal is to make money and to make a profit. That's all that matters. So don't worry about what the next Instagram boutique is doing. Oh, they sell tight clothes. They sell this, they sell that. Go try to sell that same dress, because like I said, we're all built different. Our bodies are built different. We all look different. You may not look the same way in that dress as boutique A. And that's why they're selling that dress. So you go try to get the same dress, you're not going to look the same. It's not going to hit the same way, or vice versa. So this is why it's very important to just stay in your own lane and just focus on your target audience, your customers, and what you can sell, because we all can't sell the same thing. I like skinny, mini, itty bitty stuff that's too revealing or giving away the whole farm. I probably could sell it, I don't know, but I don't feel comfortable in it, so I don't think I could execute a photo shoot well with something like that unless I got a model. But if you are the face of your brand, I guess I should have went back and said that. If you're the face of your brand and you are doing the modeling for your clothes, think about what fits your body type and what looks good on you. The second important ongoing expense that you are going to have on a regular basis with your online clothing boutique is shipping. Y'all, I spend a minimum of $1,000 a week on shipping alone. I could get anywhere between 100 to 200 orders within a 1 to 2 week time frame. And depending on the Shopify plan you have, there's 3. You've got the basic one, you've got the, up and running boutique one, and then you've got the, oh my God, I'm on Fashion Nova level e-commerce type. I'm still at the middle level. So that's the plan that I have. But the first one, the basic one, I think that one's like $29.99 a month. You have a threshold, meaning that the apps that you download on Shopify, just like if you had an iPhone or if you had an Android phone, you know how some apps you have to pay for. A lot of the important apps that you'll need for your boutique, you'll find that you're going to have to pay for those monthly. And then on top of that, you're racking up shipping fees if you're shipping through Shopify. And Shopify will say, hey, you got $200 to spend in app fees and shipping fees before we automatically charge your credit card on file, because they're only going to front you so much money to ship out, and then they're going to be like, okay, get my $200. Then they're going to turn around and give you another $200, and so on and so forth. I have the middle plan. I don't know what the top tier Shopify shipping threshold is, but I know for certain the one that I'm on, I have a $480 allowance, and It could be because of the plan that I have, or it could be because of the sales. I'm not sure. But I had the beginner one when I first started out, and I remember my shipping threshold was about $200, and I would see these charges on my credit card, on my business credit card, and I'd be like, dang, like what did I spend in Shopify that cost $200? And like nobody ever told me that's what they do, and I didn't understand what that meant. I just thought maybe like at the end of the billing cycle, because they charge you monthly to use the platform, I just rack up a bunch of shipping charges and I would just pay it later. No, boo boo. If you spend $200 every single day in shipping fees, they're going to hit that card every time. So this is why it's important to shop around for different rates, which is why I also have Shippo and I have Pirate Ship as well, because sometimes the rates are cheaper. But as I change my plan to the second Shopify plan tier thing, sorry, when I upgraded my plan, my shipping rates became more economical for me. So I ship through Shopify to my customers. Now, when I pay for shipping for my items and my freight to be shipped to me, I use either Shippo or Pirate Ship. Do what you want. I'm just telling you like what works for me in my boutique. But certainly just make an informed decision. Like I said, with my I have the middle Shopify plan. I don't know why do I keep using my fingers. I'm a visual person. I have the second Shopify plan, and mine is $480. And that's how I know how much I spend weekly in shipping rates, because my credit card, my business account, it gets charged at least 2 to 3 times in a week, because I'm going through that much money in shipping fees, and it's costing me anywhere between $3 and $15 to ship an item. So that adds up. So if you follow me on Instagram, sometimes I'll post stories and it shows, oh my gosh, she's got all these packages, she's really doing it. Okay, yeah, that look good and all, but you gotta understand, like every single package that I send out their door, I get charged. So this is why I say you have to price your items accordingly, and you also have to charge your customer an appropriate shipping rate. So shipping is going to be the second biggest ongoing expense for your online boutique. And another tip, you may want to consider opening a couple of different business accounts in your business name. I am not a financial advisor or an attorney. This is not legal advice. I would definitely ask a professional about this, but this is what works for me. I have an account for just shipping. So when I know Shopify is going to pull out that money for shipping, I always make sure I keep that account funded, because I don't like to mix, the inventory and the shipping and the payroll and miscellaneous stuff. It's office supplies. It's like, that's a little bit too confusing for me. So to make things better for accounting reasons, I have separate business accounts. One for payroll, miscellaneous, everyday expenses, office supplies, stuff like that, inventory, shipping. Okay? Like, just make it as easy as possible for you. So when you do your taxes or you go to your accountant, you'll say, okay, here are my expenses for this, here's my expenses for that, so on and so forth. But like I said, I am not a financial professional. I'm just telling you what worked well for me, and I've talked to other boutique owners, and a lot of them use that method as well. The third biggest expense in your online boutique is probably, I would say, advertising. You need to put your business out in front of as many people who will actually be bothered with it and see it. Like, nobody's going to know what you're doing if you're not in front of your business every single day promoting. And I'm not just talking about your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok. I'm talking about like all around advertising. Make sure you get a budget. I would recommend, and this is me, I'm not speaking for anybody else, I'm just speaking for me, And I'm just speaking as far as my boutique and what works for me. You would need a minimum of $50 a day. Fight me. No, I'm just playing. That's what worked for me. Like, you could do the $5 a day Facebook ad. Like, yeah, that's gonna get traffic going to your website, or whatever. But to see real results, you gotta put some real money down. Like, I want it to be an overnight success, and I know that's easier said than done. But when I first started my boutique, I had a 9 to 5. I paid off all my bills, and all the extra money I had, I dumped into Facebook ads because I was ready to get this thing popping. So it's all about your mindset and how much risk you're willing to take with your business. So you can either penny pinch it and do $5 a day and hope for the best, and then and it could work. You could go find you some social media influencers and just really get your butt out there on TikTok and get moving. Or you can like skip the line and go like straight to the next point and put more money into your Facebook ads. But you definitely need to know what you're doing. You can't just throw money in there and think that, you're going to come out on top. You better be real careful with that because you can lose money real quick. I do offer one-on-one coaching, and I can show you how to run Facebook ads and get you in the right direction and get traffic going to your business. You can sign up for a one-on-one consultation with me if you have any questions, if you need help with Facebook ads, or if you want to start a boutique and you can't understand how Shopify works, the logistics of it all. I can help you out. I have a menu of services that you can choose from that would be best for you. Advertising is going to be another big expense as your boutique grows. I would say I have spent as low as $100 a day. I have gone all the way up to $700 a day. And I'm not saying by any means that you need to go out and try to do $700 a day. $700 a day. I'm not saying that at all. Like, you got to crawl before you can walk. So I would definitely start, you can do the little $5 a day traffic ads, but then you need to try to ante up. If you don't have any money, you better go get some. Like, seriously, DoorDash, Grubhub, Instacart, Uber Eats, like, find the extra money and invest in yourself. And don't be afraid to take risks. Billionaires take risks all the time. They lose money to become billionaires. Millionaires lose money to become millionaires. Thousandaires. So on and so forth. So you gotta like put your money where your mouth is. You have to invest in your business. And I will probably say that advertising is one of my biggest expenses with my business, but it's almost like it's the heartbeat of my business, because if my ads aren't running, I will make money. Yes, I will make money because I built up quite a big email list. So I would have to constantly work to keep those customers coming back to me, but I don't make as much if my ads aren't on. So you definitely need to have a budget for running your ads for your business, and this could even be Google ads too. And also I would have a separate account, like a business bank account, just for your advertising budget, just to keep things simple. I'm not a tax attorney, I'm not a business attorney, I'm not a financial planner. This just works for me and my business. The next ongoing expense for your boutique, which is completely optional, photography. I did start out, I'm a sewing blogger as well. So I already had a really nice professional camera. My husband, we would go out on location and I would sew clothes, and then I would, fix it up. And just like I would do in my boutique, I go out and I would have my pictures taken and I would blog about whatever it is that I sold for that portion of my blog. So I already had a camera and I invested into some photography equipment and I started doing the photos myself. But you have to realize, when you do your own photos, you still have to do the lighting, you still have to do the editing, and you on top of that gotta upload them to your platform to sell it. And with me, I like to do at least 5 outfits in an instant, because it's so time consuming. I know I can drop realistically 5 new releases every week. And you don't have to do that many. It just works for me. My customers, they've pretty much purchased everything that I have on my website. So they're always like, what you got next? What you got for me? What you got for me? So I would say if you're just doing 1 to 2 outfits a week, it's perfectly okay to take your own photos or have a friend or a family member help you with the photos. But as your business grows and the demand gets higher, you're going to find out real fast that can be very time consuming, especially if you have orders to ship out, you've got inventory to order. And sometimes ordering inventory, it could be an all day thing because you're going through thousands of vendors and you're trying to find the right look for what you're wanting to put across and put out there for the public to see. So it may be of some benefit for you to hire a professional photographer. You know, you could do weekly, you could do a photo shoot every month, you could do bi-weekly, like whatever suits you and your budget. For me, like I said, my customers, they've got to have new stuff coming out round the clock. So I have to meet with my photographer every single week to bang out at least 4 to 5 outfits to keep my customers happy. It just started to become too much for me. So I just didn't want to do it anymore. It become like, this is work. Like, don't let these Insta boutiques fool you, the ones with thousands of followers, and they just, okay, not them, because they probably got systems and processes and people that work for them. But I'm saying, like, the regular working boutiques, the ones that's in the trenches. Like, don't let us fool you with our social media profiles. Like, this is hard work. I had a 9 to 5, and I don't think I worked as hard as I do now. Like, this is your baby. It's just like it's your baby. You have to maintain it, and it can become a lot. So if you're having to order inventory, you're having to go through all these vendors to try to find the right vendor that works for you. You still got to pay shipping invoices. You got to send prepaid shipping labels. First of all, you got to stop, because they send you the email and they're like, okay, here are your box dimensions. Here's the weight. You can have it to be mailed from, and then whatever address you want it to go through. So I'm doing this all day on top of ordering inventory. Like, do you really think I have time to stop and edit and go? And I still have to make time to go, do my photo shoot, but it just takes so much off of me to just pay a photographer to do it for me. And they're just like, here you go, Miss Quinn. Here's your edited files. You can go ahead and instantly upload them to Shopify and put it in and release it, make it active, and bam, watch the sales come in. It's just one less thing you have to do. So if you are not at that point to where you can afford a photographer, keep it in the back of your mind. You eventually want to have your boutique on autopilot. Mine is not on autopilot yet. However, I have hired a photographer for my product photos. And I failed to mention, I also hired someone to take over running my Facebook ads, because that can be a task in itself. You're constantly having to test different audiences, lookalike audiences, you're duplicating things. Like, it's so many moving parts and pieces of a boutique. So don't let the social media fluff and hype fool you. Like, yes, I make a lot of money, but I feel like I have worked my ass off and earned it, because it's not easy, y'all. And I'm not trying to discourage you, but are you wanting to jump into this game because you think, okay, well, Stacy, Bossy Glamworks, oh my gosh, she makes a lot of money, or this boutique over here, dude, she brought in like $60K last month, and like, that's not all profit. Don't let these folks hype you up to, oh damn, she pocketing $60K every month, she got a Louis Vuitton bag, she drive a Mercedes. Y'all need to stop being so daggum gullible. I'm telling you, like, the ongoing expenses, it is going to take at least 40% of your money. Like, real talk. You got to buy inventory, you got shipping, you got advertising costs, you got to pay the photographer. So these are ongoing expenses that you have to take into consideration before you even get started. So if you're making, $1,000 here, $2,000 there, I hope you get some insight from this video as far as what to expect when you do get to that level to where you're making the 20, 30, 40, 50K months, like, a lot of us are. There's a lot of other intricate parts that come with that, and there's a lot more responsibility that's going to be on your shoulders. And I would say the last, but certainly not the final, because I am still a growing boutique. I eventually want to hire someone to come in and fill orders for me and get my shipping under control. I try to give my customers, I say, hey, give me at least 2 to 3 business days from when you place your order for me to fill it, and then another 3 to 5 business days, depending on what shipping option you picked at checkout, for it to arrive to you. I could be a little bit better at that. I think I'm running close to the 3 to 4 business day mark. But when I tell you, I come in my office and because I do all my orders in here, I fulfill all my orders in here. I can be in here 4, 5, 6 hours in a day, just getting out packages. It's a lot of work. You're tired. Your feet hurt. And another thing, when you're filling orders and you start to have a lot of orders come in, get you a foot mat. I remember being on a cushion foot mat when I worked at a big box retailer, and they had one of these type of mats in my department because I was on my feet all day long. But it's good for your back. It's good on your feet. It's just real comfortable and squishy. I'll leave a link in the product description below so you guys can get one. And because you can sit in your seat for a while, but eventually you're gonna want to get up and stretch your legs, but you still got to get orders out. So time's a ticking, baby. You gotta get pushing. So I have a cushion mat, and I also have a little I'll leave the description for this too. I hope it doesn't affect the video, but I have a little riser that my laptop sits on, so I can actually stand up and work and stand on my floor mat, and I can stand up because it's ergonomically friendly and shit like that. You still want to be able to take care of yourself and don't get so caught up in the boutique hype. You still have to, work out and take good care of yourself too, and not put so much strain on your neck and your back and your feet and stuff, because you can be in this office all day. It's an all day job. It's 24/7. As a entrepreneur and a business owner, you are going to work 50 to 100 times harder than you ever have in your whole life, because it's sink or swim out here. If you don't work, you don't eat. You know what I'm saying? Your business fails. I got to get up and go to work just like the next person that has a 9 to 5. I still have to get up and make this work and keep this going like a well-oiled machine. Sorry about all that. Let me get off my soapbox and rant. Which brings me to my last and not final expense, but my last expense that I'm going to discuss with this video is an assistant. Don't be afraid to let go of the wheel. I said it. If you are anything like me and you started this boutique without any, I can't say without any help, because my husband has helped me with a lot of this stuff. But if you are doing this by yourself with the majority of the things that you have to do to get your boutique up and running, you're not going to want to let go of the wheel, and you're not going to want to let anybody help you or put their hands on your business, because you feel like, oh, this is you have a newborn baby and everybody want to hold it. You kind of like, oh no, I don't know. Here, babysit the business. You have to have help in order to grow. And I love my assistant. Shout out to my assistant, Crystal. You are amazing. Crystal has been with me since January. It is now July. So Crystal has been with me, correct me if I'm wrong, Crystal, 7 months, something like that. She been with me a long time. And that's a long time to me because I relaunched my boutique August of 2020. So Crystal handles all of my emails with my customers. Like if I need to step in and handle some things, of course, you know, she'll copy me on emails as needed. But as far as questions like, hey, do you have this in a size small? Like I'm already in here, I'm already in here hours at a time. Like I don't have time to stop and answer, even though I would like to, because I don't want to be completely hands off with my business. But you know, hey, do you have this in size large? Or where's my order? Or I forgot my tracking number. Or can you give me an update on the return that I sent in 24 hours ago? Yeah, you're gonna get questions like real. The questions are crazy, man. But oh my god, like shout out to Crystal. She has like more patience than I possibly ever could have, and I've worked years in customer service. So if you can and if you can afford it, hire you a really good assistant that is super professional and is going to treat the business as if it were their own. I cannot tell you what to pay your assistant. I do not want to put that confidential information out there. But whoever you decide to go with, make sure that they're professional, they're courteous, and they're going to treat the business as if it were their own. I mean, it's like any other customer service job. Make sure that they want to be there and that they want to do it, and that they're not going to be talking crazy to your customers, because your regular customers is what keeps the daggum lights on. So I totally love my assistant. She goes above and beyond. So just make sure that you're paying. Only thing I can tell you on that is to make sure that you're paying your assistant a decent wage. So wishing you guys love and light. Anything that I've mentioned that I feel like you need to know is going to be in the product description below. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, Stacy at bossyglamconsulting.com. Or if you're interested in a one-on-one coaching call, or if you need help with Facebook ads or setting up your Shopify business account platform, you can go to my website, www.bossyglamconsulting.com. Wishing you guys all the best with your boutique journey. I want us all to be millionaires out here winning. Yes, own it, claim it. We'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.